and your mid laner. So if ever Vamos wants to lean towards getting a little bit more faster around the map, maybe surprisingly picking up a Farsa in the mid, that could be all right too, just for the info knowledge balance, because knowing Moreno, he's going to be able to place those traps in really great areas, being able to constantly read the Fanny. And that's where the strength of the Fanny that you mentioned comes from, that if it's really good, it goes really well, and despite it going up against Herrera. So the flex responses are still getting respected here by Vamos. They ban out the Cho. Moskov later on is still open in the gold lane for Emma.
They might just consider the Clint as well. But the Paquito is not open, so they will not have that option. So they might just deprioritize that one. But there is a world where they pick up the Badang actually here for Bigetron Vitality. And the reason why I say that is because of the Fanny, but also once you cycle out the go away from the Melissa, then you have another way to approach the teammates. So it's going to be the Moskov, which is one of the typical answers to this Fanny. So instead of utilizing a gold laner to counter the Melissa, they use their gold laner against the jungler. So this will be a very slow approach from BTR. And let's see if they can be successful with it. This Moskov plus the Hirara, it's very demanding when it comes to the farm.
Well, it's not going to be the speed that they're going to be going for. They go for arguably the most rushed and most loved. Although if you ask me, I am strongly a Eudora hater in this patch. Eudora gets picked up, and then the Barretts as well. So that's a very strong front line, great defense. But I think it's just going to be up to Vamos to rotate really well so that Error 404 is set up.
Yeah. I think what they demand now for BTR is just support and sustainability. So if they're gonna be looking for another XP laner, it's more of a meat shield. I feel like something like a Hylas actually for them, because I don't think that they have the luxury of going greedy with their roam pick or their potentially XP pick as well. They might just go for something in the rise of sustain, and Esmeralda kind of fits the bill. There's still a greedy drop from Bigetron by Vitality, but you understand what they're going for. They went in for sustain. They went in for the late game as well, and they're going to be looking to survive the much faster tempo of Vamos' composition.
Yeah. Well, with a very clear identity of what these two teams want to do, I can't help but have to lean a little bit more towards a lineup that has the Fanny and Melissa, because we've seen some really great Fanny performances, and then so far this Melissa might look like it's gonna be safe. The Barretts has been a absolute tear too. I'm partly thinking that Vamos might have won this draft.
Yeah, and the reason why I would agree with that heavily, in fact, is because of what I said. This is a snowball fight metagame. This is a win early. Hopefully do not mess up your push and end the game as soon as possible. They have the tools to get to that. This Barretts in combination with a strong mid duo of a Eudora with the glue is such a scary combination that BTR might not be able to survive. Fortunately for them, they have a way to kind of speed up the Hirara because of this typical season hunter Selena. So if they utilize this Hirara much faster, maybe there's a way for BTR to actually equalize in the early stages, but I feel like Team Vamos has got a super duper strong early game composition.
Speaking about speed though, and early, you might have cursed it just a little bit. Arrow 404 now has to swing around and dance to get back for the kill towards Zeke, but BTR by Vitality started off hot through Moreno's Abyssal Arrow. Clockun and Zeke now seek to regain control in the river, and this is why I said what I said, and we agreed upon it as well. It's really up to how the composition with the Fanny through the roam and mid handle the center of the map. Now when you're up against someone like Moreno, who is known for being very brave with just tossing out those arrows, and the team will capitalize if he gets a good stun. Well, that's what you get at the early game. But that was only one. There's still a chance Vamos will be able to prove that their lineup much earlier is way better in the turtle fight.
I think my post-it note got blown away, and that post-it note was "Never doubt Moreno, the maestro." I think it got blown away somewhere. I can find it in my desk right now. But remind me, Renmar, to please never doubt Moreno, the maestro, once again. All right, because this guy is amazing. This guy is very dependable, and you saw how much mileage Bigetron by Vitality were able to achieve because of this player.
Can the Maestro do it again? Make Team Vamos dance to BDR by Vitality's tune. And so far, they're going to be the ones holding priority for this turtle. But the entry with the Detonus Welcome plus the Flicker, Nile is going to be able to secure this turtle. BDR by Vit get more kills. Nile gets traded out. That's a kill for Error, 404. But the members of Vamos now have to back off as Moreno, the Maestro, is making them dance to his tune. Kulakun could be up next, but they're not going to risk the dive. Unless I might have spoken too soon. The arrow hits. No way that gets led into a kill. It won't be a kill, but that's just a quick heat check from the Maestro.
2-0 and 2 for the Selena. Gets a double in that turtle fight, and that closing arrow actually almost prompted BTR to dive. But then again, I think the idea here for BTR is to just punish this blue. In the early stages, as a roam blue, you don't have your ultimate, so even when you have the split, you're still very much vulnerable to any kind of chain stun. And that's exactly what BTR was able to achieve. And I'm actually surprised that Error 404 still went in and committed to the fight. They could have just split pushed after the initial death of Zaykeef. But then again, BTR just punished them heavily because of their decision making. And right now, everything that we've said about the composition of Team Vamos is down the drain.
Error 404 sends Shogun down the drain, finds him in the jungle for a quick kill. But it doesn't look like it's going to get translated into anything by Vamos. Maybe a few hits on the turret down bottom for the Barretts, and the Eudora has been sent down bot to supplement the Barretts as well. And it seems with how they're positioning, they might be looking to get a cheeky kill together 17 seconds before this turtle spawns.
This is the only way that Error 404 can recover from this early game. Go for the side lanes now. I don't think that they have the absolute right to go and head-to-head collide against the BTR with this composition that they have. I mean, with the lead that BTR has amassed in the early stages, they should just split. And even Finn is a big threat. Look at this. Look at how much damage they're throwing onto Finn.
What?
Finn just survives. Oh,
that was everything, but here comes the Patrick. Zaykeef is not going to be taunted in by the Wrath of the Dryad, and they did throw everything towards the Belleric. And in the end, the Belleric still survives. Advantage now for Vamos. Detonus Welcome. Perfect catch onto one. That's Nile down Vamos. It's finally clicking for them. An Abyssal Arrow gets tossed out by BTR by Vit. Will not be able to contest this turtle.
I don't know what's up with all of these Barretts players, but they're very sneaky with it. The reason why Sisga was able to nail that Daytona's Welcome, it was because of the aggression coming out from Zaykeef. I'm not saying what Zaykeef did was actually the right thing to do. Still wasted his ultimate onto Finn, but then Sisga made something out of nothing, out of the overextension coming up from Zaykeef. He was able to sneak through that Rock Ursa bush. Because of that, Nael did not think that there was any kind of threat. He gets taken out by Sisga, and that's now Team Vamos recovering from the early stages.
3 members of BTR by Vit want to go after Nako in the gold lane, but Vamos is there to back up their Melissa. If you look at the dictionary and search sneaky, you will definitely not find a picture of Barretts. But I gotta agree with you, man. It's somehow the players today are so... I don't want to say sneaky again, but they're really good with it. I think it's because that distance is usually... underestimated by players, that you can really max out the Detonus Welcome from far away even without a flicker, and then you just find these really crazy angles. It's modern day Cho for people who love dinosaurs.
Yeah, I agree.
I got you there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. What I want to say though about the Daytona's Welcome White is very tricky as Moreno gets taken out. Probably another Daytona's Welcome as we saw it's on cooldown.
Siska,
Oh, it's
forced the
not.
flicker out.
Sorry.
Yeah. Now, Daytona's Welcome. This is gonna buy time for himself, but he's still gonna be able to get taken down here by BTR, by Vit, as Vamos now just decide to hold on around the turtle. Fanny close by. Error 404 is at 4-1-0. The standout player for Vamos. BTR by Vit, though, are able to push back Team Vamos. Looks good for both.
Arrow's not landing. They all Finn with the initiation right now. They caught the Fanny as well. Oh, what a mistake around Team Vamos. And the shutdown was there. Finn, oh my goodness. What an initiation coming out from the Wrath of the Dryad. And of course the Flicker. And they caught the Fanny with it as well. The damage coming out from them was just too much. And look at this, Zakif. Unfortunately, when he popped that ultimate, that was actually his death sentence. And now BTR have won the team fight once again.
It's like you could hear the song playing in the background, pop that ulti like this, playing for Finn, and it was perfect. Perfect entry, perfect timing, and now BTR will have the lead into this. Air 404 wants to get his purple buff. The Nile Hirara, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be able to steal it away, but now they're going to be forcing a fight as Siska finds himself in a really good angle. Daytona's Welcome not going to be available just yet, still coming in. Just utilized. Here comes the catch, the grab, but Shogun is going to be able to purify. Error 404 with a shutdown on Nile. Sweeping in out of nowhere, gets his 5th kill and 2nd assist. Oh, excuse me, no assist there, but yeah, he gets a 5th kill.
And the most important thing about that is that's a shutdown. That's a counter for his own shutdown just a few seconds ago. And now they might even poise to take this purple buff. Seems like they won't because of the flying clouds. And again, they took a turret in the middle, which means that they have regained the momentum. So these two teams are showing us that, yeah, surely there is the snowball meta that we have, but if we keep rallying against our opponents, if we win the tug of war, then eventually they can take over in the early stages. In this scenario, though, we have reached the mid-game, but we don't know who's leading just yet. For now, it's Team Vamos because of the momentum that they were able to get from the middle. And if they push down the bottom, this is a lot of territorial control around the upcoming Lord.
Good hold here for Vamos as by BTR will have to play through the split push Moskov up top, get a little bit more control on the other side of the map. Vamos is reading into this well. They're not just willingly giving up the towers or control around the mid. They still have to do a little bit of cleanup up top, and then they're gonna go back. They leave the barracks to get information. BTR by Vit now have a little bit of a stronger case for this Lord.
It's not gonna be easy for BTR despite them having a lot of information already in here because of the turret in the middle that was taken out, and also big push coming out from Arrow 404 up top. This is going to be split, and again, this is the Fanny, so he can traverse the map easily if he wants to still fight this. And interestingly, Eman actually shows himself in this Lord dance.
Alright, Eman's already here. Air 404 all the way in the orange buff. BTR, it looks good for them, but they are still facing the Barretts. A quick -1. Reno lands an arrow. They're bringing the Barretts down low. Charges up the Daytona's Welcome. Already CC music. Eve goes in, and it finds the Belleric. Here comes Arrow 404 with the sweeps, with the dance. Zekif gets left behind. Nile, though, gets caught out as BTR by Vit gets pushed back. Nile decided to go forward, and he gets punished. No more juggler here for Bigetron as Vamos look to get this Lord, but BTR are not going down without a fight. They are stretching this out to see what they can get. That's the perfect entry again by Finn, and Eman is free with the free hits, but Error 404 is still alive, and with a Fanny up, Vamos gets the Lord. Eman wants more, and he gets another one. Make that 2, and it lands the Abyssal Arrow plus the Spear of Destruction. That could have been worse for Vamos, but BTR by Vit made magic. They got as much as they could.
A lot of important moments out there, Redmar. the start was pretty bad for BTR as they got zoned out. Even Nael, who popped these 2 iframes very early in the fight when we saw that Zakif showed himself out, Sizga as well showed himself out there. And that meant that when Nael dove, which was so weird for me to see, Team Vamos was able to collect that kill, but BTR with the shot calling, I think it was from Eman because Eman was even leading afterwards, and then that flicker Wrath of the Drive from Fade was so nasty that it caught an important member of Vamos, allowing for Eman to get a big momentum shift in favor of BTR. Still, the retribution on the Lord favors Team Vamos, that's why they got it, but then Eman secures 2 kills, even outplaying Natko in that regard.
Spirit of Destruction will land again. Eman takes it, but Vamos are already retreating. Maybe it will boil down to that, just a moment of magic from individual players, as this has already gone against the grain of what we've expected from previous games, especially the grand finals of MSC. It hasn't been snowball. It's just been a slow, as you mentioned it, tug of war. And there's another tug of war where Reno, he wanted to start things off with the Abyssal Arrow, but he gets punished. The tug of war did not favor them there. They pulled at the wrong time, and he gets punished by the Barretts of Sizga.
This game is just so chaotic. It's very, very full of tension, a lot of friction between 2 teams. It's so hectic in a way that even just the slight overextension will get punished by your opponent, and your opponent can also be taken out easily because of that. Now they take the purple buff, and an important real estate lead for Team Vamos in the next minute, because this is the purple buff that will align when the Lord comes, which means that Nael will not have as much resources compared to a Fanny, and already the Fanny can just go for the split push. Actually goes in for the fight. What?
Okay, that you could see the vision potentially if Eman found it, or if Error 404 didn't do that quick little hezzy and he was still on the way, that Spirit of Destruction probably would have landed. But in the end, Error 404 does not lose his life, but I feel like that was just a quick little heat check from him. Knowing him, he'll probably try that again. But maybe with a little bit more backup from the rest of his team. He does try it again, but he gets spotted out. He gets brought down to 50% health. BTR by Vit are playing really well with the knowledge that the Fanny could just come out of nowhere. Siska already getting poked down. They're trying to force out the death and as welcome anything so they can build advantage. The Abyssal Arrow will not land up to anyone. They force out the flicker. Shogun and Emma go forward, but it's the needles from Muddles and Melissa that's sending them back. Emma is desperately trying to stay alive, and he does. The free hits and the collapse by the rest of the team around him keep him safe. Glocken gets brought low. BTR by Vitality, just like that. Half advantage for this Lord Wolf.
Another Wrath of the Drive, the stun! The Kudex with it! There's gonna be the go away, but Nael will be taken up by the door with the first damage, but Moreno cannot be stopped, so is Eman! BTR by Vitality have outplayed Team Vamos. Air 404 will be able to split push in the middle. And that will be enough to actually stop BTR by Vitality. Air 404 gets the Brutality by one kill! On the fifth, get double! Error 404! Like a magician, pulling rabbits out of his hat, but this is still a very, very close fight between Team Vamos and BTR by Vitality.
It isn't the snowball fest that we got used to after just one full grand finals in MSC. It's tension, it's a push and pull, and it's a little bit of magic from both sides as Error 404, from fighting to split push to eventually getting the Lord with the rest of his team. At a moment there, I was wondering why it looked like Vamos were desperate and they could have just backed. Even I myself missed that little split push that Error was doing. That's what led to 3 kills by BTR by Vit.
There is a word that I want to use for these teams, but more so for Team Vamos. They're primal. Team Vamos, there's really not much system in what they're trying to do, but they're winning because of what Error 404 is trying to do. Renmar.
Now here comes what could potentially be the final fight. Error 404 fights it again, but he gets stunned, speared into the wall. A shutdown for Nile. Vamos still has their Melissa. And they are doing everything they can to build around this lead. It's just going to be a slow retreat before they go again for the re-engage. They still have the detonous welcome of the Barretts, but they decide to play it slow. They will usher in their minion waves through the bottom lane, and maybe they'll be able to get another one through this. Detonous welcome getting charged up. He will not commit it. No catch yet by Vamos. They're not going to be able to get this turret. With the entry by BTR by Vitality, Moreno's trying to find an angle. SOD lands. Here comes Eman. Natko trying to get away from all of this as BTR by Vit are pushing Vamos back. Moreno with a kill onto Zekif. Now through the clouds. It's going to be coming here. Vamos might have just bitten off more than they could chew, but it's a turnaround. Natko is free. BTR over chase. The Abyssal Arrow lands, but it will not be enough. It's a double kill for Natko. Vamos and Vitality do not want to let this go.
Giving in to their primal senses, BTR tried to chase against Team Vamos. They tried to go for a kill onto Natko, and with all due fairness, Eman had found the right angle for the SOD. But then again, the protection camera from Team Vamos was just pristine. Sizga surviving for too long, and that allowed Natko to refresh his ultimate. Already has the models that actually dealt so much damage up against...
No way.
Up against that. Oh my goodness, Error 404 is so good with the Fanny.
He's able to pop the immortality. He made it look so easy. He took a bit of hits. It could have gone wrong for him, but Error 10-3-1. Let's not doubt a Fanny rush again, because he can definitely play it. And I don't think it's really just Zekif and Klokun. Yes, they're able to supplement him, but you gotta admit, when you're seeing a generational Fanny user in your screen, you have to acknowledge.
Oh, we have to acknowledge, definitely, Error 404 showing us how it's done. It's not the cleanest for Team Vamos, nor for BTR by Vitality, but they're making things happen. No immortality now for Eman. Nael is already on his 6th death, but still is a threat for Team Vamos. They're too far away from the Lord, though. It seems like there will be a reset from Team Vamos because they have not found where Nael will come from. It's gonna be a full swing. Error 404 might meet them. Gotta be careful of your screen drag right now, Error 404.
He sees him in the mid lane. They try to bait him out, but they're just too slow. He pops Moreno easily. The Selena is gone. It's 5v4. But you see Zekif. You see Klokun. They've got him behind enemy lines. They've broken the formation to stun off onto Eman. Here comes Zekif. A perfect entry. Plus the Detonus welcome as well. The taunt by Finn to keep BTR by Vitality alive, but they might have just delayed it. Eman is getting blasted by this Melissa. Air 404 could not find the angle to pop him. BTR by Vit are still in this fight. They still don't have their mid laner. It's still 5v4. The muddles, the damage from Natko. Vamos, they are stopping Vitality in their tracks. Finn trying to make magic and finding an angle, but he's gonna get brought down low. Vitality will now back off, forced to retreat. Shogun gets away. Vamos wins the Lord Dance.
And I know that Eman is one of the best Melissa players that we've seen just as of late, but Natko is making a name for himself. Not the cleanest as well, but in that team fight, in that Lord Dance, they were able to fend off BTR by Vitality. And that was started again by this Fanny taking out the Maestro in the middle, surviving against the flank that BTR wanted to do. Zekif himself went in for the flank in combination with the stun coming out from Klokun that was enough to reposition the members of BTR. With just that war of attrition, the tug of war, they have won the Lord Dance.
BTR wants to build advantage for this defense. They pop the glue, but look at Natko going wild. It does a Detonus welcome. A perfect catch by Siska. He gets Nile. Finn falls. And BTR by Vitality are delaying, but it seems like it's inevitable. 2 members remain. Error, Natko, Zekif, Siska, and Klokun have pulled and broken the tension.